Project Cars is the new sensation of video games and racing games, and a lot of other racing games could learn some things from Project Cars as a whole. So today we're going to talk about the top things that I love about Project Cars. Number 1, the sounds. People from, say, Forza could learn a lot from Project Cars when it comes to their sounds. You get everything. You get transmission sounds, engine sounds. No other car in the game sounds like another one. So you ditch all the generic engine sounds that you would find in multiple cars in other games. So whatever car that you pick, it's gonna have its own soundtrack, and that's something to really look forward to. To be honest, one of the biggest reasons why I purchased Project Cars was because I wanted to hear what the car sounded like, and it did not disappoint. Number 2, the damage and the mechanics. The wheels can fall off, your engine can blow up, you can even run out of gas. The clutch in the game is designed to be more of a tool, so when you tap it, it slips just like a real clutch. You have to remember this game was made mostly for a sim wheel. So when you have your friend or somebody else totally crash into you, then the consequences are gonna be really bad. The damage is believable, but it can get kind of frustrating sometimes if you just can't make it back to the pit. But that's what the racing world is really like, so I can't really say anything. Number 3, the amount of tracks. There's a ton of tracks in this game, and it's great. I never thought I would find myself driving an F1 car off the coast of California, which is now my favorite thing to do in Project Cars. It's hilarious when you go across the Golden Gate Bridge and pass your friend who's in a regular street car in an F1 car, because you just realize how unfair that really is. But there's a bunch of different tracks. You have the Nürburgring, you have Willow Springs, which is a rare track on video games. Most of us know Willow Springs as that one track in California everybody uses for testing, for a good reason. Overall, the tracks are designed really well, and you look forward to driving each track. Next is the weather. The weather is ridiculous in this game. You have 4 weather slots, so during the game, you can have 4 different weather changes. So as you're driving along, all of a sudden, boom, it's downpouring or having a thunderstorm. So you have to turn on your wipers and your headlights to go with the environment. It doesn't do it for you. So that adds a little bit of challenge, and the physics are really intense when it rains. Next is the physics themselves. Alright, so Project Cars, when it comes to physics, is no slouch. It is very unforgivable and very much like a real race car. Even the smoke when you do a burnout will adapt to the environment. It will go up a hill or around a car if it drives through it. It's very interesting to see. To get good at this game is going to take a lot of practice, and I know I need a lot of practice, but that's usually the sign of a challenging and good game. Another great thing is you can set your control scheme to literally whatever you want. I have mine set more like Forza, but if you want to do something completely different, go for it, champ. Another thing that's great about the car selection, you can even do shifter karts, which are way more fun than you would expect. You even have 250cc go-karts, which is very challenging, but it's a great way to tighten up your skill level. Last is F1. Yes, the F1 cars are my absolute favorite thing about Project Cars. Even with all the selection of cars, the F1, if I can drive it, is what I pick. And you just cannot get over the sound of this thing. It is ridiculously vicious. Project Cars is definitely not a casual racing game. It's one of those games that if you love circuit racing and that's what you love, I totally recommend it. When it comes to free roam or goofing around, it's not the best. But we'll get to that later. Thanks for watching and have a fantastic day.